Have we ever paused to ask ourselves, is problem solving really the highest form of intelligence? Or is it simply the form we are most familiar with? From a very young age, we are introduced to thinking in a particular way. A problem appears. We are expected to solve it. In classrooms, in exams, in evaluations, thinking begins only after a problem is placed in front of us. Over time, this becomes normal. We stop questioning the frame itself. But what kind of intelligence does this shape? It teaches us to respond, to correct, to improve what already exists. It trains us to operate within boundaries, not to ask where those boundaries came from. And slowly, without realizing it, creation starts to feel secondary, optional, almost indulgent. But what if we are asking the wrong question? What if problem solving is not the peak of intelligence, but a subset of something deeper? Problem solving assumes that something is wrong, that something is missing, that something needs fixing. Creation does not begin there. Creation begins before lack is identified, before urgency appears, before justification is required. This distinction becomes clearer when we look beyond systems and toward how reality itself unfolds. The universe did not begin as a solution. There was no problem waiting to be resolved. There was only emergence, from nothing, from a kind of quiet openness. Creation came first. Purpose followed later. Meaning followed later. Interestingly, this idea appears clearly in The Path of Least Resistance. The book points out that creation and problem solving are not the same process. Problem solving works within what already exists. Creation brings something into existence before there is even a problem to address. When we look at how significant things come into the world, this pattern repeats. We often explain creations as solutions only after they exist. The explanation comes later. The creation comes first. Problem-solving refines. Creation originates. Problem-solving reacts. Creation initiates. This may explain something subtle. Why some people feel restless in systems that only reward answers. Why deep understanding often shows up not when solving questions, but when forming them. Creating a question requires seeing the structure itself. Solving a problem only requires navigating within it. Both involve intelligence, but they are not the same kind. We live in a world that praises solutions, but the world itself is shaped by creations. And perhaps we've quietly confused the two. Maybe the most meaningful shift is not learning to solve better and faster problems, but learning to notice when something wants to be created without needing to justify its usefulness. Because when creation is driven by lack, it stays limited by what is missing. But when creation is driven by interest, curiosity, and the simple urge to bring something into being, it often reshapes reality itself. And that brings us back to the question we started with. Is problem solving really the highest form of intelligence? Or is it simply what we were trained to value, while creation was waiting quietly underneath? Perhaps the only intention that can truly lead to a significant creation is not the intention to fix something, but the intention